One day the end came. All of us have fixed abilities: flame, holy light, charm, and so on. And the hero's ability is to copy and merge. You can copy other people's abilities for your own use. Blend sympathy and fire element. It becomes the stigma of soul. Keep girls under control. And it all started with a game. The male protagonist Kang Jin-hyuk is the only top player in the game. The game he was playing was grotesquely difficult. A boss who is almost impossible to defeat and can easily destroy a group in the incredibly complex open world. Almost everyone gave up on the game, but you'd never guess. The game became a reality. All monsters tear apart the dimensional walls. Vampire Queen, ancient flying dragons are truly in the real world, in the thick tower of trial. At the same time, all of them are gifted abilities. The crowd is in a riot. After learning the news, Kang Jin-hyuk hurried to the vicinity of the test tower. There was already a huge crowd here, because early in the game, there will be some good equipment here. Those of you who have played the game know that this is your chance to get ahead of the game. Sure enough, moments later the fountain in the center of the square shook. A burst of energy burst from the fountain. Then huge trees rose from the ground. The confirmation of this scene was very exciting. Sure enough, it is the greedy mangrove in the early stage of the game. Simply eating the fruit of the tree increases the base stat. But such a good prop. There were only 4 of them. Everyone was looking at each other nervously, until one of them makes the first move and the others follow like crazy. Push and shove. Shout! There was a stampede of people. Kang Jin-hyuk, on the other hand, stayed put because he knew it wasn't the right time. Sure enough, the fruit was robbed. The tree demon also began to fight back under the aggressive rattan whip. The ground has been ripped apart. The crowd then realized that the game was notoriously difficult, and now it's the real world. When people are killed, they die. God, I think I died here 50 times. Against the madness of looting, people are running away now. Khan remained calm. Then an old player in a suit saw that he was extraordinary, proposed that the two join hands to seize the ultimate treasure. Khan pointed to a branch waving a cane. Sure. Then we approach from both sides. Remember, neither of us can hesitate, or you're screwed. They both sprinted almost simultaneously. The tree demon's response was swift. The vine immediately rolled over Kang Jin-hyuk. Where's this guy? Sure enough, the man in the suit was standing in the distance with a grin on his face. It was clear he was going to break the deal. He used Kang Jin-hyuk as bait. But Kang Jin-hyuk smiled, only to see him nimbly dodge sideways. The rattan whip grazed his right shoulder, straight for the man in the suit. You're the bait standing in the distance. Stupid. The branches of the tree wrapped around the body. The man in the suit screamed desperately for help. Khan did not look back. Why should I help someone who just betrayed me? And the man in the suit is covered in branches in desperation. Kill with one shot. The desperate cry behind his ears did not stop Kang Jin-hyuk. Now comes the really hard part. Kang Jin-hyuk rushes in front of the boss. Vines hit from all directions. He was placid. Left 35. Right side 45 degrees. As the only master ever, Kang Jin-hyuk is able to avoid boss stings using only muscle memory. But that's not the hard part. The real key to breaking the level is this. Kang shows a ghostly figure. The two rattan whips lash together. It actually bounces back and pokes the boss himself. That's the real hard part of this pass. And the heart of the tree demon is finally exposed. Kang Jin-hyuk picked up a sharp branch. Okay, game over. Just hand over the reward. Feel the threat of death. Mangrove's open really big move. The branches were stained with red light and came from all sides. It's a big blood-sucking vine. It no longer makes sense to step down under this omnidirectional assault. But no matter how many times you change tracks, I'm not even afraid of you. Kang Jin-hyuk's eyes were electric, like a god of the ages. Hold the wooden blade and let the vines brush around me. Each attack is painful, but it's within the realm of precise calculation. Hit the boss with precise blood control. This is the confidence of a big player, because I've gone over this a million times. Kang Jin-hyuk cut through the thorns, finally came to the tree demon boss body. 1,000 hypnotic butterflies came. He held his breath. Going straight for the core. The target is the mangrove core. The branch plunges into the boss's heart. The tree demon's leaves quivered with pain. Kang Jin-hyuk eyes like electricity. The left hand will pop up to chase the victory. I don't know if it's the wind or the wine. There were wailing sounds all around, and the leaves of the mangroves are completely withered. Beep beep, system prompt. Congratulations on defeating the greedy mangrove. Standing in front of the withered mangrove trees, Kang Jin-hyuk felt a little emotional. First time to kill a boss in the real world. Beep beep, system prompt. Your achievements will be on the list all day. Ask the player to enter his name. Kang Jin-hyuk glanced at it. He wants to hide all information about himself. Just keep quiet and make a fortune. So the unknown player made the list, finished the trivia. Now comes the most important part. He put his hand into the trunk and rummaged. Sure enough, there it is. A shining turquoise bead lay quietly in his hand. This is the heart of mangrove, tree orb. Although each mangrove fruit improves 3 attributes, but only 1 per person, tree orb is different, enough to gain 12 points. In this world, 3 attribute values are given per level. To swallow this tree orb is to rise 4 steps out of thin air. This is the most cost-effective prop in the early stage. At least 50 floors above the Tower of Trial. There's nothing higher than that. 1 oral dose. Pure power moves through the body. Kang Jin-hyuk, 27 years old, Class 1. Hold the attribute value 12. Well, now he should be the strongest in the first level. When the end of the world comes, antiques are restored to their magic and transformed into sacred relics. And the largest collection of sacred relics is the museum. Kang Jin-hyuk knows there are already a number of high-end players eyeing this gem. Most of them have one goal in mind, the great map of the East Land in the museum. This map shows the Tower of Trial, detailed locations of all equipment and bosses on the first 10 floors. Getting him in the early stage is equivalent to opening an omniscient plugin in the early stage. But what they don't know is, the most precious relic of all is not actually this. Kang Jin-hyuk had just entered the museum when he saw a charred body. This place is fiercely contested. Scuffle. Push. There was a mad scramble. Some sacred relics were even destroyed in the process. Then came a roar. Stop it! A muscular man stepped forward and threatened to hand over the treasure. This behavior soon caused resentment among others. Muscular men face provocation. Fists meet. Then the clothes split. A pair of fists turned into steel. It is a strong man who has awakened his natural ability. Everyone was frightened by his power. Oh yeah. Young man, I can't agree with you on that. It was a small old man coming up behind him. The Iron Man was angry. How dare an old man like you talk to me? But the old man just sighed. Young people these days. What a quick temper. His right hand turned gently in a circle in the air. Clatter. A flame was ignited, not waiting for the muscle man to react. The flame blows gently and grows in the wind, instantly wrapped around Iron Man's body. It just burns for a few seconds. A powerful mutant turned into coke. Ah, young people. A curse comes from the mouth. Get burned in a fire. And the old man slowly walked away and a man walked out behind him. It was a JK girl in school uniform. Hey old man, I knew you were the right choice for my team. She pulled a statue out of her knapsack. Dark waves of underworld energy erupt from within the statue. It shot up and formed a ghastly jackal shadow. This is the holy relic, the judgment of Anubis. 2 people tall Anubis holding a spear. All powers of the underworld are open, but the girl's smile is even bigger. 2. Just give me everything. Everyone is helpless. Facing the big guys who have awakened to their innate abilities, they don't have the slightest resistance. Soon the museum was empty. But just when the girl is proud, a man in a self-colored hoodie ignored her warnings. Step into battle with ease. Oh yeah. What a mess it is. How can you guys be so rough with art? The man is Kang Jin-hyuk. Such behavior is tantamount to provocation.